everyone, please welcome to the stage, Dave Burke.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the 2018 Android Developer Summit here at the...
Otherwise, I'll have to improvise. I can do this. So there's a lot of stuff going on here today. One of the things I want all of you on site to be able to take advantage of is the fact that we have a tremendous amount of Android experts available here at office hours. And those office hours are going to be right out here in the lobbies next to these rooms. Now, whether you're here or tuning in remotely, make sure to check out the Android Dev Summit app. So you can look at all of the events and build your own schedule. Now, you'll notice we have some different sessions throughout the day. This is a bit of an experiment. And the 20-minute sessions are going to run back-to-back on somewhat related topics with the intention that you watch both sessions because there's no time to leave the room. Also, we have lightning talks that are going to be a speed round where we move as quickly as possible to smash as much content to 40 minutes that is probably possible. For those of you at the summit, we're going to be, again, having Q&A with presenters outside these entrances as well, along with the office hours. So make sure to check out the schedule posted on the wall. We have so many people that wanted to talk to you that we can't actually fit them all here at once. So they're going to be coming in and out throughout the day. And so you want to make sure that you're here so that the engineer that worked on bugs that you might be interested in are actually going to be there to defend themselves. And finally, note that office hours are going to be running all day during and between sessions. So you're allowed to skip class if you want to go to office hours instead, or app review clinics, or the demo pods. And besides, we're going to be releasing all of the recorded sessions during and just after the run of the show, so you can binge watch it later. Also, we are having a party later on, so hold on to your badges and get ready for an epic night of music and standing around and talking to people. And and that's it. I really appreciate everything. We have a little break now, and so enjoy the rest of Android Dev Summit.
Haven't done anything yet.
Go for it.
Thanks for coming to this talk. My name is Jose Alcerreca. I'm a developer relations engineer at Google, working on Android.
My name is Yiğit Boyar. I'm an engineer in the Android Toolkit team.
And today we're going to talk about Live Data. Live Data is one of the first architecture components that we released last year. And in this talk, we're going to explain what it is. We're going to talk about some of the transformations that you can do, how to combine Live Data.
Yeah, this is actually, it's only available in RX. That's interesting.
Might be available in other type of async.
Like coroutines, Kotlins?
Maybe.
Yeah, please. So Room 2.1 is a really big release, like the full text search, the database views. And when we decided which features to work on, we're basically relying on your feedback. Like these are literally, like I personally objected that allowing completive length stuff in those like insert queries for a long time. And I gave up because people really wanted it. And this is our development philosophy. We basically look at what the community is doing, how are they using it, what do they want, and implement them. So please, try to use 2.1. It's a very big release, and we want to just ship it as stable as soon as possible, and we need your feedback. We basically look at the number of apps shipping with Room and see how they are using. We'll look for the incoming bugs. I mean, we don't really have bugs, but sometimes look for incoming user errors, try to fix them, and then we try to ship. So please work with us, and we'll try to wrap it up and ship it. And also, please let us know what other features you want in Room so that we can implement them. All right, thanks a lot for coming to this talk. I hope it was useful.
Thank you.
And we will be in the sandbox area after the talk. Thank you.
Hello, welcome. I'm Jerome Daucher. I'm a software engineer at Google.
I'm Chris Warrington. I'm also a software engineer. And I'm Isa. I'm also a software engineer.
Hi, guys. I'm Leo. I'm a product manager. And so we're here to talk about the Gradle plugin. But first, I wanted to talk about build speed. Of all of what I just said, don't worry. We're working on a full write-up covering everything that we talked about around speed, around the findings that I shared, the tooling, the best practices, and more. So stay tuned. To recap, here's the takeaway from the session. First, we shared some finding on speed, and that we're basically a little bit outpaced by some of the features, the plugins, and all the other things that are impacting build speed, but we're taking this very seriously. And so we're doubling down our effort on better tooling and attribution that you heard, as well as continuing to improve performances. We share the new features in 3.2, and I definitely encourage you to upgrade to 3.2 if you haven't already. And we mentioned some of the things that are working for 3.3 and beyond. And by the way, 3.3 beta is available, so I encourage you to try it. It has some of the things that we mentioned, like lazy tasks and others. And last, I talked about some of the tools that you can use, --can, --profile, today to understand your build, and share some of the best practice if you're writing plugins or customizing your build speed. That's it for today. I want to make a bad joke, but unlike build, we finished earlier than expected. So we're going to be out there in the speaker Q&A or at the studio booth today and tomorrow if you have any questions. So thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm super excited to be here, and today we're going to be talking about constraint layout with a focus heavily on the visual editor, how to use the visual editor to effectively make constraints in Android Studio. So we're going to start out by talking about the basics, and then...
Oh, I'm Chris, UX designer on Android Studio, and I'll be talking about some of the new features we've added to Android Studio for constraint layout.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm Sean McQuillan, developer advocate for Android. After we talk about the basics, the features that shipped in Constraint Layout 1.0, 1.1, we're going to talk about some of the new features.
Actually see all the components that you can animate in the motion layout. And so in this case, each component will show that they have a start and an end constraint set, which are required in order to actually animate anything. And so if we look specifically at the space splash image, it has a key attribute in the middle, or keyframe, which we're actually going to change the scale type halfway through the animation. And so if we zoom out, those icons on the timeline actually correspond to the same icons on the design surface. That way you can actually kind of correlate, OK, here's my components that I'm animating, and where they're starting and ending, and what are the actual motion paths. And so that's kind of where we are with the motion editor. We hope to get it out soon, but I can't promise anything. And sorry.
Later next year.
Yeah, sometime in 2019. And that's it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the talk. My name is Dong Chen. I'm a tech lead of the MLKit team at Google. I'm here today to talk about MLKit, Google's machine learning SDK for mobile. I will provide an overview of what MLKit does, and also what's new since its inception 6 months ago. I also share some tips and the best practices to improve performance, accuracy.
Will allow you to bypass Do Not Disturb. But you should always remember that when users turn on Do Not Disturb, they really don't want to be disturbed. So if you're sending a notification that's not expected, that will really annoy them. So please don't abuse these APIs. This brings us back to the code we had at the beginning, where we're saying, whenever you're sending a notification, please keep this in mind. Don't annoy the user. Respect them, empower them, delete them, and connect them to the people they care about. Thank you.